Veritas University of Nigeria, Abuja, established by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria to provide quality tertiary education. Veritas University is located in the serene environment of Wari Area Council, sharing neighborhood with JAMB and the Nigerian Law School. We offer quality courses in Faculty of Education, Humanities, Natural and Applied Sciences, Management Sciences, Social Sciences, Engineering and Law. We maintain high standard of learning and character formation, ensuring timely graduation for our students at affordable fees. With high digital curriculum, we maintain an e-learning system with uninterrupted online studies. Our environment is secure for learning.
Hello, welcome to the Veritas University Abuja half hour on values of excellence. This is a program where we try to highlight the achievements, the challenges, and the prospects of Veritas University of Abuja. In this week's edition, we have another high top-ranking member of the Veritas University of Abuja staff. We are talking of Reverend Father Dr. Martin Onukuba. Father, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
My name is Cyril Ole. I'll be taking you on this program this week. Father Onukuba has a very intimidating profile. He is the director of the Veritas University Abuja Development Services. He is also the president, Regional Union of Priests of West Africa. He was national president, the Assistant Priests of Nigeria. Father lectures in theology and religion at the Veritas University of Abuja. In fact, I am told one of the things you teach is Hebrew. Is that true?
Yes, of course. Do you want to come and learn?
No, we'll start learning it from here. How do you say welcome in Hebrew?
No, that's for another day.
That's a good one. But it's interesting. That's actually interesting. I would like to know. Hopefully, before we conclude this program, you will drop one or two catch words in Hebrew that the rest of us will begin to learn. Father, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I understand that you have not been long in Veritas University Abuja. When was it you came? How long have you been here?
Yeah, actually I came into Veritas January 8th,
Okay.
2019,
2019.
by 8 a.m.
You even know the time.
Yes.
8:45 plus few seconds, I
8
guess.
a.m. I arrived here.
Okay.
And that's, I saw a very beautiful compound.
Okay.
And, it made me more, I felt at home immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there actually. I like the serene environment. I am inclined to believing that, was it by accident or coincidence that you people decided to cite Veritas University in that beautiful serene environment where there are other educational institutions like JAMB, like Nigerian Law School? Is that for anybody?
Yeah, like you have rightly said, I think the Veritas occupies one of the best places you can think of.
Yeah.
I was there at Obehe. I went to Obehe in 2014, and that was when Veritas was there. It moved.
That's where the university started from. Okay.
The Bishops' Conference wanted Veritas to be in Abuja.
Okay.
And I think they made the right choice. This place is wonderful. This place is fantastic.
Okay.
In short, if you want to live long, you have to come into this environment.
Thank you for that information. I will try to explore that. Now, you said 2019, that's when you came.
Yeah.
Between 2019 and now, let's look at what you saw on ground physically, which is right under your portfolio, and what has been achieved between 2019 and now. Can you give us like a progress report?
Yeah, a little bit. When I came in, I think I saw the 3 blocks, block A, B, C, and they were finishing block D. Okay. And then the new auditorium was being finished that time. Okay, there was a chapel. And after that, we have been able to look at a new Senate building, which we have done part of it. It's supposed to be 3 phases. I've done part of it. been able to look at the new hostels springing up. Okay, there was another hostel there before, but the new one springing up.
Okay.
And then there were other ones springing up the other side of the university.
Okay.
You know, we did
still hostel.
Yeah, we did the bridge connecting this side and that other side. Then the football field. So we have to thank God really for the progress. Okay. Now we are doing the water factory.
Water factory.
Yeah.
In the university compound.
Veritas table water. Then
for the consumption of the students or for commercial purposes? For
commercial and for the students. Then the clinic is on, the e-library is on, being done by the NICE of the Papa NICE.
Okay.
Then if you are coming into the compound, by the right, you will see attempted building by the Laity Council. So maybe we'll have to use this opportunity to call them to come and finish the project. Then going to the inside the compound near the Senate building, or near the auditorium,
yes,
Fadede built, we have a complex being built by CMO of Nigeria, Catholic Men Organization of Nigeria. So we still call on them to come and finish. Then the e-library is being built by the Papa NICE. So these are what we...
Did you say Fadede built
Fadede
in Veritas?
Yes, exactly.
The same Fadede that has a school?
Yes.
Okay.
That auditorium inside the compound is built by Ede and donated by Ede.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is strange because one would think that he is seeing Veritas University of Abuja as a competitor and wouldn't want to encourage him. But I guess that is a Catholic thing.
I think in memory of the mom. It's still Fadede.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, as I was driving into the university last week, I saw some buildings springing up by the left-hand side, just after the football pitch.
Okay.
Is that
yes? That's the law, the Faculty of Law.
Okay.
The Faculty of Law building, heavily sponsored by Idigbe family. Idigbe, in honor of.
Oh, just Anthony Idigbe, yes.
Yes, okay. Honor of Idigbe. So he's done some level now. We hope that if the coronavirus will allow us, we'll get accreditation for the Faculty of Law, and it will set off immediately.
Really?
We're applying that it will begin by October. We'll begin with the block A for the building, and then after, we'll get back to the original, this permanent site.
Okay.
So that's the plan. So in the nutshell, there is progress.
Right.
And kudos to the VC. Because he also thinks out all these projects. So if you may allow me to say that what we are looking at, the ones that are not on ground yet, we are talking about a shopping mall, a kind of shopping mall that can, that if you get into it, you will not leave that place until 3 hours.
I'm not sure that is good for the students. They should get there and get back to read their books.
No, it's good for them because all these facilities will be there, laundry services, and even make provisions for students who would like to cook.
Okay.
Because right now, they are not allowed to cook in the hostels, so that will contain the fire outbreak. So make provisions for them. Then the salon, it will be wonderful. Okay. So we are negotiating with investors to come and do that. And then a pharmacy shop. Okay. A pharmacy shop still negotiating. A bookshop. I think in the next 5 years or thereabouts, the university will be a place to behold.
Okay, when you say you are negotiating with investors, are you talking of private investors to come into the university and build? So, is it proper to assume that some of the structures I saw, when I visited there some time ago, they are all not being handled by the university?
Yeah, the hostels, the 2 hostels are built under BOT, Build, Operate and Transfer.
Okay.
But all others are being handled by the university. but all of them are university projects.
Yeah, but like the pharmacy, the bookshop,
yeah, the pharmacy,
mall.
those ones we can handle. Those ones we can handle if we don't get investors.
Okay.
Because if you are looking at a project, you look at a project that is bankable.
Okay.
Where the investor can get back his money.
Okay.
Like the road we are building is not bankable because we want to connect this phase and the other phase, and it's likely that the faculty of medicine will be at the other phase. Because we have put the drawings down, and so we want to really diversify the buildings in the university.
Right.
So the faculty of medicine is coming up. We have done the drawing. We're looking for the investor if we can find. So beautiful. If you see it, you will love it. And that faculty will have all these other ancillaries like dentistry, and so on.
Okay. Father, I like the confidence you exude when you said, if we can't find investors, we'll handle it. Because I know that the Catholic Church actually has millions, if not billions of money. So I guess money is not your problem.
No, we prayer is there,
Okay.
And then the bishops' conference.
Yeah.
This is their property.
Okay.
And I really have to thank them because they have been sustaining the university.
Okay.
In the sense of their contribution, in terms of students and in terms of the contributions they made. Okay. So, like I said, we're optimistic that we can make something.
Okay. In addition to all this infrastructure, are you also looking at physical development for the students, like sports infrastructure, all kinds of manner of sports, football, gym, and all that? Is it in the master plan?
Certainly. If you see the plan we have, we are now developing a new football field.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that football field has been dealing with us because this is rainy season, but we are going to arrest it. And then we are talking about the basketball, volleyball, tennis, and even a swimming pool.
Okay.
Even a swimming pool that will be guided, because in our list on a first-year student is a Nigerian champion on swimming. A first-year student, and
even before the swimming pool is constructed.
Yes.
So where could we have learned this?
No, she's coming from Delta.
Oh, is she? Okay.
She's coming from Delta.
Okay.
So the university is for talents. Okay. And I've seen these few months I've been here. I've seen talents. Okay. And we have to really help them to improve those talents. Okay. Like I'm a sportsman. I play tennis.
Yeah, you actually look very.
Yes, I was a tennis champion for 8 years, so I should have a tennis court.
Sure.
Tennis court. Yeah. So honestly, if I keep on dreaming about what we're going to do, I will not wake up easily.
We want you to wake up. We don't want you to fail. We want you to just dream. But now, while we are doing all this, I hope we are taking into consideration the staff welfare in terms of, will you like the lecturers, academic and non-teaching staff to live inside the university, like an estate for the staff? Is that part of it?
Yeah. Certainly, we are looking for an investor now.
Okay.
to do the housing unit.
Okay.
And the VC has graciously pointed out where it will be located. Okay. The housing unit is going to be to start 12 units of a room, a parlor and a room, a room alone, 2 rooms and a parlor. Okay. Those ones are being planned, and then a possibility of building up a house for the religious.
Okay.
The Reverend sisters who are here.
Like a convent.
Because they are up to 115 here.
115?
Yeah.
They're all students or staff?
Students and staff.
Wow.
Then the priests also, they have to be taken care of. We wanted to build that of priests last year, but there was a problem somewhere.
You definitely have a high number of priests in the university.
Yeah, the number of priests are many, on staff and students, are many. Right now they are living outside, the priests, because they have cars to come. They want everybody to come in here. It's going to help the students also in their spiritual life and the spiritual guidance. So we want them to come. The only thing is like I said, we need goodwill and support.
We had the opportunity to interview your Vice Chancellor some weeks back, and one of the things he said that struck us was the issue of formation and mentoring. He told us that the university was not just emphasizing on academic excellence. So I guess this is part of what you want to achieve by bringing the staff to live nearer the students.
Even now, we have started I'm in charge of a hostel. I'm in charge of a hostel.
I don't understand.
I oversee a hostel.
Oh, okay.
Hostel E, the male hostel.
Okay.
So
you live there?
I don't live there, but I go there every day.
Oh, okay.
I go there to that hostel. So what the VC is really doing, in a hostel you have a hostel administrator, you have a hostel master. So it's really nice. Honestly, I have not seen such a plan in any university, at least the ones I've visited.
Yes.
I'm not talking about federal universities, I'm talking about private universities. But federal universities is just on what you want to do. But if anybody would like to come to Veritas, he will not go out of Veritas without being trained, honestly. Without being trained, the environment will condition the person, the kind of program will condition the person, and the academic excellence will condition the person. So it's something that when I came in here, I said, I will not leave until, and I'm not getting tired though. I'm not getting tired because of the lovely things I've been seeing in this school.
Right. And so when you say you are a hostel master, I guess some other staff are also hostel master.
Yes, certainly.
What are the roles of the hostel masters in the hostels and to the students?
So, like I would say, we have been given what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
But what I do extra, as I go to the hostel and keep on maintaining the hygiene, number one. And I had a little money and I bought them a small television, which is controlled.
Okay.
Then most of the programs they watch, they are programs that will help them.
Okay.
Then I also look at the maintenance
of the environment.
Okay. So, and I know them. I try to get their names. So it's really a lovely and these students are really lovely.
You know them like one-on-one.
I know them one-on-one, like still picking their names. I know their faces.
Okay. How do you, because of your relationship with them, how do you know when somebody is getting out of the line? Because this is part of the problem we are facing in most universities, cultism, smoking. We hear all kinds of rape. Veritas University is related from some of these vices.
Yeah. Because, first of all, there is a hostel master that once it is 8 o'clock, you leave the hostel.
Okay.
Leave the hostel. If you have lectures, go to the library and read.
Okay.
And come back when others are coming back. And then inside the hostels, we have also hostel captains,
Okay.
Hostel captains that man the hostels. So there is no way you can escape all these
measures.
all these measures. Okay. And if they are smoking, you will perceive the odor.
Right.
So once you come in it's a system that I really love and I want to promote.
Okay. So in other words, if you were to advise someone coming from outside, these are the reasons you will give for you to bring your child or your ward to come and study.
I hope the VC has spoken much on that. After my own physical development and everything. Like there was a time we were planning to bring in a company that hires bicycle. When you want to go on lectures, for lectures you go on a bicycle.
Okay.
It serves two purposes. You go on time and you are physically fit.
Okay.
Physically fit.
Okay.
So these are the things we really want to. I bet the students also they appreciate all these efforts the BC is doing and the university.
Okay, so what specific areas, I'm talking of in terms of infrastructural development now, are you focusing on in terms of priority since obviously you cannot get money to
do
everything at the same time. What are your areas of priority?
Now, what I will say now on that is the sporting activities.
Okay.
Number one, the chaplaincy house. Number two, then the residence for priests, recreational place for priests and religious.
Yeah.
And then going to the things that will be bringing money to the university, the water project, the poultry and piggery, and then the bakery. So these are what we want to achieve before maybe the end of the quarter of next year.
Okay.
Please God.
You talked about the chaplaincy, maybe for the chaplain. Was this originally part of the master plan, or it is just something you have brought in because of your position as president of the regional priest?
It is because the chaplain of the university is very important.
Okay.
Right now he's living outside. So it is really. And at this juncture, I want to thank the Knights of St. Mulumba for building the chapel.
They did?
The chapel.
The chapel.
Maybe nobody told them about the chaplaincy house. So want to inform them about the chaplaincy house.
Okay, so Knights of St. Mulumba, we are telling you that you haven't finished your job. Please, come back.
I guess I have a Knight of St. Mulumba around me, yeah.
I will find out from my producers at the end of this. Yeah. Okay. So you should complete that.
Yes.
So that the chaplain moves in.
Yes, it's necessary. Necessary. The students need that.
Okay. Yeah. How are you looking for funding, other than individuals? Please come and help us. Associations, come and help us.
Yeah. I would really have to say kudos to the Vice Chancellor.
Okay.
Because he has been supportive.
Okay.
Then, of course, the bishops. Catholic bishops. Wonderful group.
Okay.
Then individuals, like somebody that is doing the clinic. Somebody decided to be giving money for the clinic. He has promised to give some. He has already paid in some money. So
what do you mean giving money for the clinic?
Trying to donate some money. Subsidizing the building.
Okay. But not the medications.
Not the medication. We will do the building first, and then So that's it. So we keep on praying that good way people will still come our way.
But are you not finding it difficult approaching people? Because the impression we have out there is that the Catholic bishops are so rich, they can even buy this country if they want.
Well, I don't know. You read it from somewhere. I think your question is quite necessary because the difficulty is begging money with the name of the university.
Okay.
Sometimes it gives the impression that the university is not. So we approach people with the Directorate of Employment of Development. And then they see reason why we should have this project or this other project.
Okay.
We leave it to God.
I also had the opportunity to host your registrar, Dr. Mrs. Okonkwo, who told us that the university does not discriminate. The university admits people from all parts of Nigeria, irrespective of their religious belief and all that. So, in your search for funding for the fiscal development in the university, are you looking beyond the Catholics, or are you concentrating just on the Catholics?
I don't know whether I have a list of Catholics. Okay. So I get to everybody I want to.
And so far it's been... Okay.
It has not been easy.
I know.
It has not been easy. And with this coronavirus pandemic, it's not been easy. Okay. But I know that if you have a good will and the people see what you are presenting to them, they buy into it. Honestly, they buy into it. And I just pray that we continue to make progress, because we are working under a VC that wants that kind of progress, and we have to give it to him, you know. It's all I can say, asking God for health, and then for
well, I suspect that with your position as the president of West African Priests, you can get money from across the region.
Yeah. Okay. let me claim it if it's a charismatic.
That's a good one. On that note, it is time for you to drop a goodbye in Hebrew, because we don't have much time now.
No, you are confusing Hebrew with, you have to call this contemporary Hebrew.
Okay.
What I teach is biblical Hebrew.
Okay.
So any word that you don't find in the Bible, in the Old Testament, you will not find it in Hebrew.
So which one do you teach?
I teach the biblical Hebrew.
The biblical Hebrew.
So if you read your Old Testament and you don't find goodbye, then you know that there is no goodbye in what I teach.
Okay.
And you can have peace be with you, like shalom.
Oh, shalom. No, I know that one.
And you know
that Hebrew too?
It's Hebrew.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Father, for coming to our studio. It's been nice speaking with you. As time goes on, we'll bring you back, because we actually want to get more and more information about your university. We have been talking with Reverend Father Dr. Martin Onukuba, who is the director of the Veritas University Development Services. Father Onukuba has been talking to us about efforts to develop the university in terms of infrastructure. We also thank you, viewers, for watching us. My name is Cyril Ole. See you next week. Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Veritas University of Nigeria, Abuja, established by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria to provide quality tertiary education. Veritas University is located in the serene environment of Wari Area Council, sharing neighborhood with JAMB and the Nigerian Law School. We offer quality courses in Faculty of Education, Humanities, Natural and Applied Sciences, Management Sciences, Social Sciences, Engineering and Law. We maintain high standard of learning and character formation, ensuring timely graduation for our students at affordable fees. With high digital curriculum, we maintain an e-learning system with uninterrupted online studies. Our environment is secure for learning. Contact Veritas University of Nigeria on the following numbers.